You're listening to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe, and I'm a business coach for online health coaches who want to attract their ideal clients, stop feeling defeated by their never-ending to-do list, balance a healthy lifestyle with their growing business, and stop overanalyzing what everybody thinks of them so that they can confidently own their message and online presence. On this podcast, we dive deep into health information you can share with your clients, business strategy tips, and more. Let's get to it.
Guess what? I have a new training for you. It is my free Overwhelm Masterclass and cheat sheet. And when you leave a written review on iTunes on the Health Coach Nation podcast and you email info@haileyrowe.com with the subject line podcast review and a screenshot of your review, I will email you the free Overwhelm Masterclass and Overwhelm cheat sheet. So I cannot wait to share it with you, and thank you so much for being a listener on this podcast, sharing your valuable time with me. And now let's get into the episode. Thank you so much. We're going to be talking about launch strategy options. I got the question in the Health Coach Nation Facebook group, which, by the way, if you're not in that group, go ahead and join us in there. I got the question, what the heck do I do to launch my program, start building an email list, start getting people interested in what I even have to offer? Do I just start talking about it? Do I do something really official? And the truth is, you have options. That's why people get so confused, is because there's so many options for how you can launch your program, how you can talk about what you have to offer. So how many of you guys here have ever launched a program, ever launched a course, ever launched whatever it is that you do? Comment yes below if you've done that before. And I want you to comment what you did to do that and how it went. Okay, so if you're here watching the live, comment live. If you're here watching the replay, comment replay. But let's talk about this a little bit. So if you are like, what the heck should I do? I'm going to present with some options for you guys, and you can get into the nitty gritty about which option you choose and which thing you want to do, what resonates with you. But I can say I've done pretty much every one of these options I'm going to share with you, and every single one of them work. It's just a matter of which one resonates the deepest with you and which one you're going to stick with and follow through with and keep improving until you reach the results you want to reach. So the first option, and for those of you who don't know me, hello, my name's Hailey. I'm a marketing and sales coach for wellness entrepreneurs, and Dolka's here. Hey Dolka, Joseph's here. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's get into it. First option, I'll first just give you all of them, and then we'll talk a little more about each of them. Facebook challenge, okay, using a Facebook group that's public, okay. Second option, webinar or masterclass or private Zoom call for your audience. Third option is a tripwire, so we'll talk about what that is and in the short future. Fourth offer is a trial/baby offer. And fifth offer, can somebody put these in the comments for me so I remember to go through each of them? Fifth offer is, so we said masterclass, Facebook challenge, tripwire, baby offer, what am I, email funnel, okay? And the next one's paid campaign, okay? So put those below if you're watching. Help me out so I remember to go through each of those. And let's start with the first one, which is, and go ahead and share this with any wellness friends who need support with launching. The first one, which was, I'm trying to remember what it was. Facebook challenge. Okay, so I've done several Facebook challenges in the past that have been 3 days, 5 days, etc. And I've found that certain things work well and certain things don't work well. So if you're going to go with this launch strategy, I'm going to give you a few pros and cons, things to watch out for, and then we'll go into the next one. For Facebook challenge, you want to make sure you have at least enough traffic and eyeballs in your group already before you start your first Facebook challenge. Yes, you could do your first Facebook challenge if you just want to get it out of the way, you want to get some practice behind your belt, but the only way you're really going to be booking high-ticket clients from your Facebook challenge the first time around is if you have enough people, traffic in your group to be seeing your live. So I usually say to my clients, try to get 250 people in your Facebook group, or 150 at least, who are engaged, quality people that fit your ideal client avatar. So how the heck do you do that? That is what I teach in Zero to Hero Coach program. So if you ever have any questions about lead gen, how do you do that, let me know. But the key is, don't have too small of a group. Okay, so then that's one key thing. Second thing with your Facebook challenge, you got to pick a really tactical end result or win you're going to be providing. I know it's scary to many of you. I know you don't like saying, I can help you in 3 days do X, Y, and Z, because you're like, well, if they don't implement, they're not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Don't worry about that. If they were the perfect client and they implemented what you talk about in the lives, what end result could they achieve through your Facebook challenge? And if that's true, then that needs to be the title of your Facebook Live. One of my best Facebook Live challenges was called Book 3 Discovery Calls this week using Instagram. And it was great because it wasn't outrageous. It wasn't like, make $400,000 in 3 days. But it worked because it gave them tactical bite-sized strategies and tips to be able to book discovery calls on Instagram. And many people implemented and were able to do that. And it got great results and great signups because it was so clear what we were going to be talking about every day. And it was desired by my ideal client. They want more discovery calls. They want to learn how to use Instagram. So it worked out. So think about how you can do that for your audience, okay? And make a clear title. So comment below a title you've done for a Facebook Live challenge before, and how that went for you. When I was more broad in one of my Facebook challenges in the past, I called it the Consistency Challenge, which is still available. If you go to HaileyRowe.com/consistency, you'll be able to get the 3-day challenge replay for that. But that was more about habits, business habits that are client generating, money generating. How do you make sure you're doing those on a regular basis? So that's what I would watch if you guys want an example of a Facebook challenge. So pros are Facebook challenges are live and interactive. Pros are you can kind of tell who's watching because they're going to engage and comment, so you know who you need to follow up with. Pros are you can use it to grow your audience. So in other words, you can have giveaways and prizes if they invite people to your group, things like that. Here's the cons of Facebook challenges. Number one, they take a lot of energy out of you. Number two, a lot of times I see people giving so much, it's overwhelming, and they start losing people. They make it maybe too long, too much, not bite-sized enough, and they end up losing people by the end. The third thing is they don't plan enough, they don't hype it up enough, they rush into it, and they don't feature their program or call, their discovery call enough to the point where they get results with it. It's like they forget the most important part of their Facebook challenge. They're just talking about the tips and stuff, but they never bridge it into their offer, why it's so important, getting people engaged, building up the hype for the launch of the program, talking about who's joining the program, creating FOMO around the program, doors are closing around the program. Like it should be this big thing in your Facebook challenge. So that's the first thing. The second launch strategy, let's move on into that. If you have any questions, let me know, is webinar or masterclass. So these I kind of interchangeably use that phrase because masterclass is basically what you could do with a Zoom audience, your email list. They get a special link to a special call with you on a special topic to get trained, ask questions, get engaged. They get prizes if they stay till the end. There's a hook you give them for why they need to book their call with you, that kind of thing. So that works really nicely because number one, it's more intimate. Number two, the people who come to that are way hotter leads than if they were just randomly in your Facebook group scrolling and all of a sudden saw your Facebook Live. So it's a lot of you might get less people, but they're going to be hotter, warmer leads, right? The other thing with the masterclass is you automatically get them enrolled on your email list. With your Facebook challenge, you want to do that too. But with your masterclass, there's like no chance they would not get on your email list because they have to be on your email list to get the Zoom link to come to the masterclass. So if your goal is email leads, then masterclass might be a better option for you. If your goal is to grow your Facebook group first, then Facebook challenge might be a better option for you. So those are some of the pros of a masterclass. I also think with the masterclass, you're in full control and you can plan out. If you're a planner and you like to like really refine your presentation and make it interactive and give like takeaways and that kind of thing, masterclass is going to be great for you because you can share your slides and really do it like you're very professional. You don't want it to be like a robotic speech, but you can use slides. Unlike Facebook Lives, usually that gets kind of weird. So that's some of the benefits of a masterclass. My last masterclass, here's one of the cons. Here's what I see people doing wrong. They don't stick with it long enough to keep improving it, keep repeating it, keep refining it, etc. They do it once. They see like, oh, I had this show rate, I had this amount of people sign up, this people stay till the end. It didn't really work for me, so I'm not going to do it again. No, stick with it. Stick with it, set a goal with it, and keep refining it and improving it and repeating it until you reach the goal. So it doesn't mean that if you didn't get a huge amount of numbers or sales from your very first masterclass, that doesn't mean you should give up on it. It means that you got to look at, okay, here's how many weeks I did to promote it. Here's how many people signed up. Here was the no-show rate. Here was my hook. Maybe the hook wasn't inserted soon enough. And when I say hook, I mean like what's the offer or what's the incentive for them to stay till the end and book their call with you or sign up for the baby offer or whatever, right? So if you have questions about this, just comment them below and I'll check them out later. And let's talk about, I like masterclass because it doesn't wear me out as much because it's a one-time thing. And unlike Facebook Challenge, you're like every single day for 3 days, just like showing up like this. Okay, and I had to I like literally threw on this shirt. You could probably tell because you might be able to see my sports bra through it. I really hope you can't. For this live, you guys know the live life. It's like, oh, I gotta get ready and like look really nice. Masterclass, you gotta look nice too, but it's just once. Okay, let's talk about trial baby offer. Okay. So thank you, Doka, for putting that in the comments. Bonus points for you, girl. Okay, so trial baby offer. Here's what I mean. If you have a group program or a membership program or even a private coaching program, if you find that your audience gets nervous, gets cold feet, thinks it's a huge investment, they're not warmed up enough, they don't know you enough, and you don't feel like your offer right now, your big high ticket offer is a no-brainer, the first thing I would say is, what will make it a no-brainer? Do you need more social proof? Do you need more examples of client wins? Whatever it is, you got to figure that out. But also what you could do is create a small baby offer or trial to allow people to get their feet wet. So in other words, one time when I did Zero to Hero Coach program, the very first round, I offered a week in the program as a trial for $27, right? Which was like unheard of. They'd get their first module, they could show up live to the group coaching call, they could get in the group for a week, and they got to get their feet wet. And what happened with that is more people had the desire to sign up easily, right? Because they weren't committing to something huge, and more people stayed because they're like, wow, I got to test this, went well. One of them actually became a private client and is rocking her coaching business, grew her email list to over 550 people organically. We had our discovery call. At that point, she was already sold. I didn't even have to do anything because she had gotten to experience 1 week in the trial. So that is an example of what you could do as a baby offer. You could give them a taste test. Private coaching, you could do an intensive. I don't normally love that. I like selling packages, but if you're really stuck and you want to just make it a no-brainer, try it and see if it works and see if they graduate or upgrade into the bigger program. Okay, the next thing is, hey Ken, thank you so much for your comment. And let's talk about the email funnel now. So how many of you guys have a lead magnet? Comment it below. Share your lead magnet. This is your chance. Let's support each other. And I want to see what your free gift is. And when you have an email funnel, there's a couple things that you could do with this. So pros of having an email funnel is, number one, it's reusable. You could share it on every podcast you go on. You could share it on your Instagram. You could share it on your Facebook. You know, it's awesome, right? And the second thing with the email funnel is that you're able to nurture leads automatically, which is great because you're not manually messaging. For example, if you did a Facebook challenge, you'd be like, messaging them yourself, versus email funnel, you know that they're going to get an automated email on day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And then you can manually follow up if you want to, but you don't have to do as much work. So with the email funnel, the pros are it's automated, so it saves you time. The pros are if you have a really good copywriter, or you are a really good copywriter, which is one of the lessons that I teach in Zero to Hero Coach program, our copywriting formulas, how to write copy and content that sells. And by the way, that was a prize. So those of you who last week shared the Health Coach Nation Facebook group with 5 people, you'll be getting your prize later this week. And if you haven't done that yet and you really want to win the prize, go do it today. Send me the 5 people that you recommended via Facebook message or info@haileyrowe.com, and I'll still send you that later this week. So anyways, back to email funnel. Pros are automated. Pros are good copywriting works. Pros are it allows people to get nurtured, right? And the benefit of an email funnel is you can make it as complex or simple as you want and continue to refine it. So for example, you could have upsells, downsells, check-ins, like nurturing emails. They can get on your newsletter list from that. So it is great. The problem is though, right? And this is, you could also do a text message campaign, right? The problem with email though is every email in your sequence, they're going to get less and less likely and committed to opening the email. So you have to cram in the good stuff within the first 72 hours. So if your goal is to book a discovery call, you got to get that out there within 72 hours. And you have to be very, very committed to driving a lot of traffic to your email funnel. So if you guys don't have a huge following, lead gen is going to be a big part of what you're going to need to do for this email funnel to get the most out of it. And honestly, for all of these strategies, having traffic is going to be important. So if you struggle with traffic, comment traffic below, or just let me know and we can have a free call to talk more about what are your strategies when it comes to traffic. Now, we have actually 3 guest speakers in the Zero to Hero Coach program, all about lead gen, how to do the message series on LinkedIn, how to do lead gen through Facebook, things like that. So anyways, email funnel can be great. Cons of email funnel, like I said, people drop off more, you get into people's spam more, that kind of thing. Okay, last thing is paid campaign. So paid campaign, I'm not going to talk too much about this because many of you guys are in a place where right now I probably wouldn't recommend doing paid marketing because you haven't seen what works with organic marketing yet. So if you feel like you are ready though to do Facebook ads or use LinkedIn lead gen or whatever, that's awesome. And what you need is a really, really strong, either you're going to kind of combine some of these strategies. So you'll probably have a masterclass or a webinar or a video as a lead magnet. Then you'll probably have a thank you page with like a, hey, thanks so much for watching this, book your free call. And then they go probably into an email funnel. So you're kind of with paid lead gen, when you're using Facebook ads and things like that, you're kind of combining the best of the best and working towards getting that one goal, which for many of you guys will be a discovery call if you sell high ticket coaching. But if it's more of a low ticket offer, it's going to be that, funnel selling your small offer. So how many of you have questions about launching and anything I can answer before I gotta go here? What I put in the comments today, and I'm gonna pin it, is a link if you want to get a sales tracker from me, meaning you're going to go through with one of these launch strategies and you want to track how many calls you're getting, what are the results, how much revenue are you bringing in from your launch strategy. I would recommend clicking on the link in the comments. It'll send you a message to my podcast, and when you leave a podcast written review and you send it to me, I will send you as a thank you my sales little log for you guys. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will hop off. I'll probably change my shirt before my next meeting because I truly do think I got to change my undergarments for the white shirt. Okay? So we will talk soon, and thank you so much, and have a good day. Hey there, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you liked it and want to reserve your very own free sales audit, go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to book your very own free sales audit. On the call, we'll talk more about the common concerns you get from your ideal clients, how to overcome those concerns, how to coach through objections, how to change your mindset around sales, and improve your sales process so you can be closing and converting more clients. I can't wait to connect with you, and go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to take the first step. Thanks so much. Have a good day.